I'm Ashley Proctor, the founder of Creative Blueprint, and you're watching Passion Pursuits.
Hey guys, welcome to Passion Pursuits. I'm Shivani Sharma, this is Premal and Brahmbhatt, and we have with us our new passioneer, Ashley Proctor. Hi Ashley, welcome to the show.
Hello.
So Ashley is the co-founder of Creative Blueprint, and she's the manager at the Foundry, right? What else? What else do you do? Ashley, introduce yourself to the gang.
I am the founder of Creative Blueprint.
Oh, founder, my mistake.
The manager of Foundry and a co-founder of the Co-working Toronto and Co-working Ontario Collective.
She's a busy woman. That's what she's trying to say right now.
And the winner of many awards.
Yes.
So thank you again for joining us tonight, Ashley. Tell us more about who you are and what you do.
I am an artist. I am an entrepreneur. I'm a co-worker. And I would say a passionate member of my community.
Ooh,
nice.
we like it when people use the word passion around it makes us happy.
Totally. That's great. So let's go back in time. You were very involved on campus, right? So tell us more. You went to OCAD.
Yeah.
So how did your involvement, do you think, helped you to get where you are today?
I think that my experience at OCAD was actually more beneficial in terms of my work experience and the networking connections that I made at the college at the time, rather than the courses or even the education itself. I'm a fine artist, and that's why I was there to begin with, so the courses were beneficial in that respect. But I worked for the OCAD Student Union as the Director of Finance, and then we actually created X-Space, which is a student-run, student-funded gallery and cultural center. It's coming up on the 10th anniversary, actually, of X-Space right now. And so my experience with the students is something that really directed and helped me to create my small business. It's where a lot of the original ideas came from for Creative Blueprint. We had a student body of around 2,500 at the time, and daily I would hear questions and sometimes complaints from students who were looking for additional resources, exhibition space, and affordable work studio space in downtown Toronto, and they weren't finding that through the college itself, or the resources weren't available after graduating. And so we started Creative Blueprint with that in mind, trying to meet those needs that were brought to our attention as representatives for the students at OCAD.
Great.
So what exactly is Student Blueprint, Creative Blueprint, so that our audience knows?
Sure. Creative Blueprint provides artist work studios and a variety of services and supports for artists and entrepreneurs. So we do all kinds of services, including business planning and career development. We do some marketing and promotions and grant writing. Really, a lot of the work that's behind the scenes for our students and our entrepreneurs and artists as they're launching their careers. In addition to the Artist Work Studio space, which we provide at 2 different locations, College and Bathurst and Queen and Bathurst in downtown Toronto. One is a creative co-working environment, and the other is more of a typical shared work studio space. We have about 30 members between the 2 locations right now. And Creative Blueprint also runs the CB Gallery in the Foundry buildings. So we do exhibitions, events, and workshops in that space as well.
Right. So if I understood well, it's artists who are entrepreneurs, or just artists and entrepreneurs?
Artists and entrepreneurs. Most of the artists we deal with are self-employed or freelancing, and so they are kind of hybrid artists and entrepreneurs.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because, just out of curiosity, if entrepreneurs who are not artists can still come to...
Absolutely. Yeah, it's open to everybody.
Okay, great.
So let's go back to the work part of it for a second. One thing that I feel like every entrepreneur struggles with is getting the clients in when the startup sort of takes off a little bit. Because once you've done the whole setup, it's where do you get the clients from? So how do you manage that? Where do you find your clients?
So there's kind of a common thread in the co-working community when it comes to developing a new space. So I'll draw from that base of knowledge for that question. And one thing that we tell new people who are starting a new co-working space is that you need to build your community first. And I think in a lot of cases, not just co-working environments, that makes a lot of sense because there's going to be a certain period of time where people are just getting to know you, and then they want to be able to trust you, and then they need to know that they need your service, or there's kind of this relationship building time between yourself and clients and customers, whoever they might be. And if you can get that out of the way before you launch or before you open the doors, you're really, you've overcome half the battle already, and you're not open waiting for that first client to come in. You've basically got a roster of people waiting for your company to be born or waiting for you to release your new product. And so with co-working spaces, we suggest that people build a community of people who are like-minded and interested in the space before they open. And then on their first day, they've already got members of their space. For a service-based organization, we've actually grown into physical locations. When I first started the company, we worked out of a home office. We would meet with clients in their studio or in their space. And then as there was enough demand, we would open a physical location. So it was always the clients first and their needs, and then we would provide a new service or step it up a notch. So we weren't actually in a position waiting for new people. And then for ongoing reaching out to clients, a lot of it comes from word of mouth. And before all the social media, it really was just word of mouth. And that was our best form of advertising, and it continues to be today.
So do you find that now with social media, it's a lot quicker and a lot more, a lot easier to just spread the word whenever you feel like it?
I think it's easier in the way that you can send out a tweet and thousands of people will get it. But it's also more difficult in that I find a lot of the social media ridiculously distracting and time consuming, and it's pretty constant. Whereas before we would just focus on doing what we were doing, and people would talk about how great it was and send their friends or recommend us to someone else. Whereas now there's a lot of self-promotion, and you kind of have to just to be
competitive too, right?
Yeah,
exactly. So it's a different environment now than when we started out as well.
So how do you face competition? What do you do to stand out?
Actually, we have an interesting approach to competitors. So we collaborate with our competition. So Creative Blueprint has partnered with other artist work studios in the city to recommend clients or refer people from one location to another. And with co-working, we've actually created a Co-working Toronto and Co-working Ontario collective. Co-working Toronto is a collective of 15 independent co-working spaces in Toronto.
Wow.
We're completely independent. We're not a chain. We're not connected in any way. We're just independent business owners or nonprofits, some of us. And we choose to work together to promote co-working in general. It's a huge
and build relationships.
Absolutely.
Which is very important as part of the business.
Building the community in Toronto, the co-working community in Toronto is really important, and we share best practices as well. So we treat each other as collaborators and not competition, and a lot of people have a hard time understanding and accepting that. But it's absolutely the core of both companies.
Do you feel like this is a new trend? Something that we've been noticing too lately is that the younger generation, and our generation, is all about the collaboration and is all about working with other people who are in the same industry. Whereas our predecessors are all about hide your files away. There's a person walking by, kind of a thing, and password production and everything. Whereas everybody else is like, if you're competing with us, well, maybe we'll take a piece of the pie, you will take a piece of the pie, let's all work together and get business.
I think for many different reasons that's true. And I won't go into detail about all of that, but I absolutely agree, and I find that with explaining the concept of co-working to people who are not familiar with it. It is the younger generation who will grasp it instantly. They understand the benefits. They understand accelerated serendipity and what's going to benefit them by participating in the community. And that's very comfortable. They're used to being on display and on social media and absolutely accepted. It is a little difficult to explain the concept to some people who are used to working in a typical office environment with a closed door, with a lot of privacy. And there's some people as well who associate a private office or with a certain level of stature or accomplishment. And so it's difficult to separate the function and the perceived value and status.
Yeah. So clearly, as business owners, you face challenges and you have to motivate your coworkers. So how do you keep your workplace motivated, and how do you stay motivated?
So I think that's definitely
besides the breaks. Don't bring the breaks back in. But
definitely two different things. It's not necessarily my responsibility or position to motivate the people that are using the co-working space.
Right.
It really is a community in itself. So with or without me, there are other like-minded individuals in the space who people can draw upon for assistance or just hang out with socially or to learn something from. So it's just kind of our role as co-working managers and owners to make it easier for those little accidents to happen, make the environment welcoming and comfortable for people to just kind of let that happen on its own. And the reason that happens is because the type of people that are co-working are already open to the possibility of those happy little accidents and collaboration. So there isn't a lot for me to do to make a great environment for my coworkers. They make it. They are the community and they make the space what it is.
Right.
For myself,
I mean, that's part of your answer for being self-motivated, but I'm sure there's something that you look forward to, or you do to be motivated or to stay motivated. Where do you find motivation? That's one big question that everybody asks.
Yeah,
right? So
I think I've always had kind of a drive to complete these projects. In some level, the ones that people tell me are impossible, or the ones that are the least accepted. And it's a struggle to be the first or to break some new ground, and that's something I actually enjoy, is that challenge. So that motivates me. But as well, I in addition to Creative Blueprint and Foundry, I work on volunteer projects like Co-working Toronto and Co-working Ontario. And one of the projects we're working on with Co-working Ontario right now is COHIP, which is co-working health insurance plan. So it's actually health and dental benefits for all co-working spaces and members in Ontario. So it's over 40 spaces and a few thousand members that would then benefit from our health and dental plan. So it's those kind of projects that really excite me and kind of keep me going, even when I may be just doing the day-to-day accounting or something.
Something that really makes a difference, I guess, for the community you're living in. Okay, so what does passion mean to you?
Passion, I think, means something different to everybody, and to me it's the kind of driving force that's at the core of your being. It's what motivates you, and it's different for everyone.
So what would be your advice to passioneers?
Really it's to find an idea that's in line with their core values, something that they can commit to for a lifetime, and then to pursue it with everything they have. I think one of the most important things is to believe in yourself, especially when everyone tells you it's impossible.
Nice.
Those are the biggest challenges, really, and the most rewarding accomplishments.
Very hard.
Very true.
Fantastic. So that brings us to our next round, which is a rapid fire round.
Yes, indeed.
And so the rapid fire round is a series of quick questions that you have to answer, within a few seconds. You don't have much long to answer them.
Okay.
And you cannot say both.
Yeah. So whenever we give you options, you're not allowed to say both.
Or we'll take your water.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take your water away. Normally we take people's coffee away, but water, we'll take it away. It's hot, so you know what? It works. We'll keep you thirsty for the rest of the session.
Great.
So, okay.
Ready?
And you have to answer within 3 seconds, or else also the water gets taken away.
Okay.
All right? Okay. I have to take my trusty iPad and go through it. Okay. Starting off. Your favorite cartoon?
I don't have a favorite cartoon.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry. I have so many artist friends that draw incredible cartoons, I can't say one.
All right, that's fine. Your favorite artist?
Same thing. I'm sorry. You can't ask me that.
Favorite artist from, the repertoire of the old school artists.
I've been feeling Rodin lately.
Rodin, nice. Okay, last movie you saw?
I don't watch movies.
She creates movies.
I don't have time for movies.
She is a movie.
I'm sorry. I don't watch movies.
Last book you read?
The last book I read, I actually reread The Prince of Tides.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good book.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you more of an artist or more of a business person?
I'm equally split. And I know you said I can't say both.
Water is taken away, people. It's done. Done deal.
But it's absolutely honest. I'm a Gemini, and I've always been an artist and entrepreneur, and that's why we started Creative
She's
Blueprint.
a Gemini.
All right. Are you a beach person or a mountain person?
Beach more than mountain.
Would you prefer white space or black space?
White, because I run a gallery.
Wow.
Painting or sketching?
Sketching. I can do that anywhere I go.
What did you want to be when you were a child?
An artist, since I was born.
Pursuing your passion.
Absolutely. I've
Nice.
known it my whole life.
Nice.
Favorite cuisine?
I'm a pretty picky eater, so I actually don't like food. My favorite
That is very picky, actually.
Wow.
Just don't like food. I don't like eating.
plain, just plain, something plain.
Okay. Favorite movie stuff? But you don't watch movies, do
I
you?
don't watch movies.
Oh, favorite. Okay, never mind. That was also related to movies, so we'll go back to a separate set of questions. Something you would like to, like every artist to do in their lives.
To consider themselves self-employed or business, that they're running their own business. Most artists are unaware that they have a business to run, and they focus too much on the production and not so much the administration. And yeah.
Favorite style of art? Movement.
Style of art movement?
Yeah, I mean, favorite movement or a style of art. So, impressionism, some kind of an ism. Throw it out.
Doodleism.
Doodleism. Is that a made-up thing?
It's made up by a friend.
Oh, I like.
If I have to say an ism.
That is the only kind of ism I would know how to do.
Doodleism.
Doodleism. It's a great word too, doodleism. I want to say it over and over again. Doodleism. All right, so I think we're done with our rapid fire questions.
Thank you.
Mostly because I couldn't think of any more. So, any last words to our passioneers?
Really, at Creative Blueprint, our mission is to inspire and empower creatively. So I just suggest everybody go out and do something new today.
That's really good advice, actually. I shall follow suit. So, everybody, thank you so much for coming on board with another episode of Passion Pursuits. We will see you next time. In the meantime, check out all of our previous episodes and stay tuned for more. Come back to our website and give us a shout.
Stay passionate. Welcome guys to Passion Pursuits and welcome to another great episode. No.
It's not going to be great.
Okay.
We'll be here until tomorrow, guys. If you're hot, it's okay.
Okay, ready? You are not letting me concentrate. Welcome guys to Passion Pursuits. My name is Premal and this is Shivani, and we have an awesome guest tonight, which is Welcome guys to another great episode of Passion Pursuits. My name is Premal, this is Shivani.
Hello.
And we're here tonight with another great passioneer. By the way, thank you very much